Prayer of the Dragon Fire. Tongue of flame, breath of power. O flame that scorches the sky and sears the earth. Breath of the ancient Wyrm, burning with truth and fury. I call upon the fire that does not fade. The ember that dwells in the heart of storm and star. Let the dragon's flame be my purifier and protector. May it consume my fear, ignite my courage, and forge me in the furnace of trials, as scales are forged in the forge of gods. Teach me to wield flame not for ruin, but for rebirth. Let blaze bellow thunder from my soul when silence stifles. Let soul burn cauterize the wounds I carry. Let void flame burn away the false shadows that cling to me. Grant me the fury of Starban, the resolve of magma geyser, the clarity of frost fire, and the wisdom of Ashmorn. As dragons rule the skies, may I rise above the storms within me. As fire reshapes the world, may I become what I was meant to be. O great flame, ancient and eternal, may your breath guide me, your light refine me, and your fire never leave me cold. By Fong, by flame, by the first fire, I rise. Amen. High Prayer of the Seven Flames. Litany of the Wyrm that burns beyond time. By the first ember, born before the stars. By the breath that carved the mountains. By the tongue that speaks in flame. I kneel before the throne of fire. Invocation of flame. Flame of the draconic prime. You who were not made, but awakened. Whose breath cleaved the veil between void and flame. Ignite within me the secret fire. The spark that fears neither shadow nor silence. Let me bear the tongue of the Wyrm. That I may speak in thunder, and walk in light unshaken. 2. Naming of the sacred fires. I call upon the seven sacred fires, as they burn before the eternal throne. 1. Wormflame, which devours falsehood. 2. Soul burn, which tempers spirit through pain. 3. Starfire, which dances in the heart of suns. 4. Necroblaze, which remembers the dead and gives them voice. 5. Storm breath, which rends heaven to remake it. 6. Emberbloom, which burns but does not destroy. 7. Oblivion flame, which ends what must not endure. May these flames pass through me and not consume me. May they find no false thing in me to burn. 3. Supplication before the pyre. I lay bare my soul upon the pyre of your breath. Strip from me the husks of pride, fear, and forgetfulness. Let your fire recall me to my true form. Hammer me like living ore, until I become worthy of your name. Let my enemies fear me. Let my kin remember me. Let the world tremble when I rise in your flame. 4. Benediction of flame. O ancient Wyrm, O burning witness. Brand upon my spirit the sigil of your fire. Let your flame walk with me through dream and death. And when the stars grow cold, let me burn still. For fire is eternal. And I am fireborn. So let it be. Apotheosis of flame. The covenant of the first fire. I am the flame before fire. I am the breath that shattered silence. I am the tongue that wrote the laws of heat upon the void. O Wyrm of the first light, hear now the one who walks willingly into your blaze. I flame beyond flesh. Burn me. Burn the name I was given, the shape I wore. Burn the lies I believed were truth. The chains I forged from fear. Let the marrow boil and the bones remember. Let soul be flame and flame be self. For in your breath is truth, and truth is a furnace. 2. Fire's true names. I speak the names not meant for mortal tongues. The 7 thrones of flame that orbit your will. 1. Infernaxis, the world killer, fire that unroots creation. 2. Solvanger, the dawn-forged blade, flame that judges. 3. Umberflame, that which devours both light and dark. 4. Cryoperion, the frozen fire, paradox made ash. 5. Cindervox, the voice that burns thought into stone. 6. Myrrhkyn, the scented pyre, fire of sacred ends. 7. Dracalos, the breath unbound, storm fire from the forges of heaven. I do not beg these fires. I become them. 3. Trial of the God flame. Cast me into the core where stars are kindled. Shatter me on the anvil of your lungs. If I scream, let it echo as thunder. If I break, let my shards ignite worlds. If I rise, let the sky bow in awe. No shadow shall cling to me. No ice shall halt my wrath. No death shall silence my flame. 4. Final oath, the becoming. By ash and by ember, by searing soul and scorched sky. I swear the oath of flame eternal. To wield fire not as tool, but as truth. To be feared by gods and followed by dragons. To blaze even when the stars fall silent. Let my enemies know me as scorchborn. Let my allies call me flame-wrought. Let the world remember me as the pyre that walks. And when the end fire comes, when all is cinder, let me be its herald. I am flame. I am flame. I am flame. Fire, so let the world burn clean. By all their names, the litany of dragonfire. Tongue of the end, breath of the beginning. O flame unnamed, flame unchained, flame eternal. I speak now the litany of your thousand tongues. Let the world know your fullness. Let the sky tremble with your fury. Let the soul be forged in your furnace. I, flame of names, known and forgotten. I call you. Dragonfire. Wormflame. Draconic inferno. Scorch tongue, ember breath, blaze bellow. You are pyrodraconic breath, roaring from the abyss. You are inferno maw, devouring gods and kings alike. You are obsidian flame, forged in shadow, black as morning. You are frost fire, paradox made flame. You are storm breath, wind wrath and burning sky. You are soul burn, spirit pyre, searer of falsehood. You are abyssal flame, rising from the tomb of stars. You are doom spark, kindled at the world's end. You are sun's wrath, celestial and unrelenting. You are ashmorn, death's final kiss. 2. Sacred flame of blood and steel. I speak you as warrior. Dracaries, word of flame-bound obedience. Fusrota, the shout that cracks the mountains. Hellfire, cursed flame, chained to the damned. Balerian's fury, fire of the black dread. Smog scourge, ruin of kingdoms. I name your forges. Napalm maw, burning cities to bone. Hypergolic flame, that needs no spark to rise. Magma geyser, torn from the heart of the earth. Solar flare breath, brighter than reason. 3. By dragon kind and element. For the undead WYRMS, you are. Death flare, wither flame, soul furnace, necrobreath. For the mechanical colossus, you are. Cog flame, boiler burst, furnace blast, thunderspark breath. For the celestial ones, you are. Starbin, nova breath, void flame, comet flare, galactic ember. For the frost-kissed tyrants, you are. Winter flame, boreal blaze, shiver burn, glacier's wrath. For the poison-blooded, you are. Venom spark, toxin flare, rot breath, plague fire, acid maw. For the forest-bound ancient kin, you are. Emberbloom, thorn flame, wildfire heart, sylph flame, photosynthesis blaze. For the voidborn, you are. Oblivion flame, nightmare's pyre, abyssal burn, duskfire, umbra shroud. For the stormlords, you are. Thunder flame, storm breath, volt flare, hurricane pyre, plasma cyclone. 4. Final invocation, becoming flame. Flame by all your names, I summon you. Flame by all your forms, I yield to you. Flame that speaks in 1,000 tongues. Flame that answers with only silence and ash. Come upon me. Carve me open with your brightness. Mark me with your many names. Crown me with your fire. Let my breath be scorched. Let my soul be smoke. Let my voice be thunder. I am not what I was. I am what your names have made me. I am all flame. I am all names. I am the fire that answers. The litany of the Dragonfire's 1,000 names. By all their names, I call the flame. O flame eternal, kindled before stars. Fire of the Wyrm, first breath of the deep. I summon thee now by all thy names. Not in fear, but in right. Not in pleading, but in alignment. Not as mortal, but as flame walker, bearer of the Pyrrhic soul. I. The common and poetic flames. By Dragonfire, that ancient tongue. By Wormflame and Wormfire, burning through age and ruin. By Draconic flame, unbound by logic. By Scorch tongue, which kisses only once. By Ember breath, warm before war. 2. The mythic and arcane flames. By Pyrodraconic breath, spell-woven in the skies. By Inferno maw, whose hunger never ends. By Blaze bellow, roaring in forgotten mountains. By Cinderstorm, the reign of ruin. By Obsidian flame, veiled in shadow and ash. 3. Elemental and specialized fires. By Frostfire, paradox born. By Venom flame, the breath of poison queens. By Storm breath, where lightning licks fire. By Soulburn, the sacred agony. By Abyssal flame, forged in unlight. 4. Metaphorical and legendary fires. By the devouring breath, bane of citadels. By Sun's wrath, kissed by celestial rage. By Doomspark, spark of apocalypse. By the final pyre, last flame of all things. By Ashmorn, cold ember of legacy. The named and known flames of lore. By Dracaries, that ancient Valyrian word. By Fusrota, thunder-given flame. By Hellfire, long whispered in the deep. By Balerian's fury, winged wrath. By Smog's scourge, the ruin of gold seekers. 6. Scientific and cosmic flames. By Plasma breath, white-hot logic of physics. By Hypergolic flame, which needs no spark. By Napalm maw, sticky inferno. By Magma geyser, the earth's scream. By Solar flare breath, radiant wrath of dying suns. 7. Unholy and undying fires. By Death flare, which unbinds the soul. By Wither flame, fire that rots. By Soul furnace, life's last crucible. By Necrobreath, hallowed decay. By Ghoulish ember, dark gift of flame. 8. Clockwork and industrial flames. By Furnace blast, steam-born roar. By Cog flame, fire with teeth of steel. By Boiler burst, mechanical wrath. By Thunderspark breath, engine-bound storm. By Gear fire, molten cogs of ignition. 9. Celestial and cosmic flames. By Starban, eternal flicker of giants. By Nova breath, explosion of time. By Void flame, fire that unmakes. By Comet flare, streaking vengeance. By Galactic ember, cradle and tomb of galaxies. X cold flames of ice and paradox. By Boreal blaze, winter's bite and flame. By Winter flame, cold that spreads. By Glacier's wrath, jagged and white. By Shiver burn, freezing pain. By Frostfire, again, as paradox crowned. 11. Corrosive and poisoned flames. By Plague fire, burning pestilence. By Acid maw, which melts the unworthy. By Venom spark, fire of vipers. By Toxin flare, noxious inferno. By Rot breath, decay set alight. 12. Flames of earth and forest. By Wildfire heart, untamable and pure. By Thorn flame, crowned in bramble. By Emberbloom, beautiful and fatal. By Sylph flame, born on dancing air. By Photosynthesis blaze, green fire of life's undoing. 13. Void and nightmare flames. By Duskfire, dimming every hope. By Abyssal burn, smothering joy. By Nightmare's pyre, madness incarnate. By Oblivion flame, eater of time. By Umbra shroud, fire within shadow. 14. Storm and lightning flames. By thunder flame, roaring in split skies. By storm breath, breath of whirlwinds. By volt flare, pulsing with rage. By hurricane pyre, cyclonic devastation. By plasma cyclone, stellar-born wrath. 15. And so I speak. By every name sung, whispered, roared, or forbidden. I call the fire. I summon the flame. I am the flame. Let this world remember that fire is not merely heat. Fire is will. Fire is breath. Fire is truth. Fire is divine. And I am fire made flesh. Fire, so burn the veil. Burn the false. Burn the end. Fire, let only the true flame remain. By all their names. By all their names. By all their names. The dragon flame cannon. By all their names, let the flame awaken. The grand invocation of the fires that were, are, and shall be. Scroll prelude, the flame before time. In the silence before sound. In the dark before light. There was breath. And the breath became flame. And the flame spoke. Not in word, but in will. Thus were born the first dragons. Not beasts, but gods of heat, hunger, and holy fire. Their breath burned mountains, their wings stirred oceans. Their hearts were furnaces, and their eyes, stars. I, the seven flames of cosmic origin, the thrones of flame. I name the seven prime fires, from which all dragon flames descend. 1. Infernaxis, flame of annihilation, that devours creation. 2. Dracolos, flame of creation, that sings matter into being. 3. Solvanger, flame of judgment, that weighs spirit in fire. 4. Umberflame, flame of shadow, that cloaks its own heat. 5. Cryoperion, flame of frost, cold fire of paradox. 6. Myrrhkyn, flame of sacrifice, sweet burning, and sacred. 7. Cinderbox, flame of voice, which carries the word of flame to all worlds. These are not merely fire, they are realms. To call them is to reshape reality. To invoke them is to invite transformation. To bear them is to become more than mortal. 2. The 39 flames of element and form, the manifest fires. I call now the fires of form, the dragon's breath-given shape. Fire classic and core. Dragonfire, the original, the true. Wormflame, elder fire, bound in bloodline. Ember breath, the warming presence, the hearth and threat. Scorch tongue, the fire that speaks only once. Cyclone elemental composites. Frost fire, fire that freezes. Storm breath, fire within wind. Soul burn, fire that ignites the spirit. Abyssal flame, fire birthed in the void. Venom flame, fire laced with toxin. Cloud with lightning arcane forces. Inferno maw, fire with hunger. Pyrodraconic breath, flame shaped by sigil and spell. Obsidian flame, fire of buried mountains and hidden wrath. Cinderstorm, fire as weather. Blaze bellow, the sonic roar of burning lungs. 3. The 22 fires of alignment and power, the purposeful flames. Balance scale justice and destruction. Sun's wrath, fire of the righteous. Doomspark, spark that begins the end. The final pyre, flame of death and completion. Skull and crossbones, undeath and curse. Necrobreath, fire of rot. Soul furnace, fire that purifies or enslaves. Wither flame, fire of decay. Death flare, flame of the forgotten. Gear mechanical and industrial. Cog flame, fire of forge and function. Thunderspark breath, lightning-born combustion. Boiler burst, pressure-fueled devastation. Milky Way cosmic and celestial. Starbin, flame of celestial origin. Nova breath, fire that explodes with time. Void flame, flame that devours even light. 4. The 29 names of legend and myth, the remembered fires. These are the names sung in halls, etched in tombs, whispered in nightmares. Dracaries, command fire. Balerian's fury, wrath of the black dread. Hellfire, flame of abyssal vengeance. Smog's scourge, fire that raises for gold. Ashmorn, fire that weeps in memory. Oblivion flame, fire that forgets. Wildfire heart, fire uncontrolled. Toxin flare, breath of death clouds. Nightmare's pyre, fire that haunts. Thunderflame, flame of the stormlords.